you all are having a great weekend, and I'm so excited to be able to really just sit down and share with you all this devotion today. I hope that God speaks to you, and I pray that He provides a comfort of peace to you in this time of uncertainty. I know that there's a lot of fear and a lot of darkness in the world right now. So I hope that these devotions that we're all doing together really just provide you with a sense of comfort and peace. And I just wanted to remind you guys that even though we're not meeting in person on Sundays and Wednesdays right now, I wanted to remind you that the church is not the building, the church is the people that's within the building. So while we can't meet in person, I really encourage you to just take advantage of this time off from school to be able to really grow in your relationship with Christ. Like Tyler said in Thursday's devotion, I pray that you all just really be still and listen to what God has to say to you. So the scripture in the devotion that we're going to be going over today is in Luke chapter 8. This is verses 22 through 25. And this is talking about Jesus and the disciples. So this says, "One day he got into a boat with his disciples, and he said to them, 'Let us go across to the other side of the lake.' So they set out, and as they sailed, he fell asleep. And a windstorm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water and were in danger. And they went and woke him, saying, 'Master, Master, we're perishing.' And he awoke and rebuked the wind and raging waves, and they ceased, and there was a calm. He said to them, 'Where is your faith?' And they were afraid, and they marveled, saying to one another, 'Who then is this, that he commands even the winds and the waters to obey him?'" I found this passage to be super comforting, especially in this time right now, knowing that God has everything completely under control. I believe that we're a lot like the disciples in this passage, especially right now, afraid and full of fear. We have a huge fear of the unknown right now, but we have to understand that the things and the trials that we're going through are completely out of our hands. There's nothing we can do to change them or control them, and we have to have faith that God is in control, and faith that He has the power to do the things that He says He's going to do. And it's kind of funny that I found it funny how similar we are to the disciples in this passage. So here are the disciples on this boat, thinking they're literally about to die. I mean, the scripture even says they were filling with water and were in danger. And where's Jesus in all this? And all this time, where's God? He's in the boat asleep. So He was in control the whole time, not afraid. And this made me think a lot about our world right now. People are in constant fear and anxiety that they're going to die from this disease. And this is a lot like how the disciples thought they were going to die from the storm. And I can imagine that God is just looking at us right now and is saying, "Where is your faith?" And students, I pray that you are putting your faith in God during this time. And I pray that you're putting your faith in God and not in the world, because only God is mighty enough to quiet the storm. So some reflection questions I have for you all to go over would be, number one, who or what or where are you putting your faith in? Is it God? Is it your family? Is it your boyfriend or girlfriend? Is it your best friend? Or is it just something of the world that you're idolizing? Is that where you're putting your faith? Really reflect over that and really spend time to think, where am I putting my faith? Where is my hope coming from? And then number two, what are some ways you can remind yourself to put your faith in Him and Him alone? It could be prayer. For me, it's scripture. Reading verses that constantly remind me that God is in control. It could be praise and music. Whatever it is, I pray that you really spend time to figure out ways that you can remind yourself that even though this crisis is going on, that God is in control. And I hope that God is speaking to you at this time. And I really encourage you guys to go out and be the church during this time. We love you all, and I hope you're staying safe. and really using this time to grow your relationship with the Lord.